NNPC refineries will never work again, Obasanjo. As the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited continues its search for technical partners to operate the Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has once again insisted that the facilities will never work. Obasanjo spoke during a television interview held on Saturday night by Sunny Raba Live, which was monitored. He said, "One of the lessons that I learned is that PPP works. Look, one project that has not been destroyed by the government in Nigeria is the Nigerian liquefied natural gas, where the private sector has 51% and the Nigerian government has 49%. See what we did with Nigerian Airways. See what we did with the National Shipping Company. See what we are doing now. Even with the NNPC. The NNPC has refineries. And I said to people that it will never work. I'm a man, and the man had the audacity to say, am I a chemical engineer? Obasanjo spoke with his failed efforts to woo Shell, a global energy firm, into running the refineries. Look, when I was there, I called Shell. I said, look, please, I beg you, come and take 10% equity and run the refinery for us. They said no. I said, okay, if you don't want to take equity, don't take equity. Come and run the refineries. They said no, he stated. Fuel price hike. Airlines plan Thursday shutdown. There are strong indications that domestic airlines in Nigeria may halt operations from Thursday, April 30, 2026, over what operators described as unbearable and unsustainable aviation fuel prices, raising fresh fears of widespread traffic disruptions across the country. Industry insiders say the airlines, having engaged both the federal government and oil marketers without a breakthrough, may be left with no option but to ground flights by Thursday. The looming shutdown comes after several complaints by operators who have watched the price of Jet A1 surge by over 300% compared to February levels, pushing operating costs to the brink. Passengers, many of whom rely on domestic flights for business and urgent travels, now face uncertainty. In a bid to avert the crisis, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, convened a meeting with airline operators and fuel marketers in Abuja last week. However, findings indicate that the tripartite talks ended in a deadlock, with operators unwilling to shift their stance unless decisive action is taken. At the end of the two-day meeting, the minister announced a 30% reduction in aviation-related taxes as part of efforts to ease the burden on airlines. While the gesture was acknowledged, operators insist it falls short of addressing the root problem. Speaking on the first day of the meeting, Vice President of the Airline Operators of Nigeria, Allen Onyema, welcomed the government's intervention but maintained that fuel marketers must account for the sharp rise in prices. We are backing only Tinubu's re-election, not APC aspirants, Abka shifting. The national coordinator of the All Progressive Grand Alliance Media Warriors Forum, Chinedu Obigwe, has clarified that the party is only backing the re-election of President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections and not the aspirants of the All Progressive Congress. Obigwe said the declaration by Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, is only about the state government's working relationship with President Tinubu's administration. Recall that Soludo, who is also the national leader of APGA, has been running with the mantra, progressives are working together, which it meant to imply that both APGA and APC are working together ahead of the 2027 general elections. As a result, some APC aspirants contesting for Senate, House of Representatives and State Assembly elections in Anambra have been circulating campaign posters bearing the images of Tinubu, Soludo, and themselves with the claim that progressives are working together. However, reacting to developments in a press statement released on Sunday, the national coordinator of APGA's Media Warriors Forum, Chinedu Obigwe, urged Anambra people not to be deceived by the posters, insisting that the support is only for the president and not for APC aspirants contesting for Senate, House of Representatives, and House of Assembly elections in the state. Sports. Why I dumped athletics for WWE, Obafemi. Nigerian professional wrestler and former shot putter Isaac Odugbeson, popularly known as Entertainment. Gospel singer Testimony Jaga rejects Osibajo's view on prosperity gospel. Nigerian gospel singer Salau Olayiwola, popularly known as Testimony Jaga, has disagreed with former Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo over his recent comments on the concept of prosperity gospel. Osinbajo had steered debate after stating that there is no distinct doctrine known as prosperity gospel, arguing that the Christian message is singular and centered on the gospel of Jesus Christ. Speaking during the live debate at Rock of Ages Christian Assembly International, Osinbajo said attempts to separate prosperity from the gospel distort its essence. The New Testament, no matter how we slice it, there is no such thing as prosperity gospel. There is only one gospel, the gospel of Jesus Christ, he said, adding that any deviation from it amounts to perfection. He maintained that the gospel's ultimate message is truth and redemption, stressing that believers will always face attempts to distraction, including material temptations. However, reacting to a viral video circulating online on Sunday, Testimony Jaga rejected Osinbajo's position, insisting that there is only one gospel, but warning against ignoring the realities of poverty. I saw a video where you were condemning the prosperity gospel. With due respect, there is no such thing as prosperity gospel. There is only one gospel, the gospel of Jesus Christ, he said. I didn't snub Pasuma, Funke Akindele debunked viral video. Filmmaker and actress Funke Akindele has dismissed claim viral video. Filmmaker and actress Funke Akindele has dismissed claims that she snubbed Fuji star Wasiu Pasuma at a recent public event, describing the viral narrative as misleading and driven by negativity. The controversy followed a video shared by an ex-user, Ololade, with the caption, Moment Funke Akindele snubbed Pasuma in public. This is not looking good at all. Alongside an edited clip suggesting the actress ignored the singer. Reacting, Akindele refuted the claim in a post on X on Sunday, insisting there was no incident of disrespect. Snub? Hell no. Snub? Hell no. Stop the negativity, please. No. Stop the negativity, please. I saw him, greeted him. I saw him, greeted him, danced with him. Pasuma is my Egmont. Please, you all should stop this evil, she wrote. The short viral clip circulated wildly online showed a crowded indoor event where Akindele was seen exchanging pleasantries with actress Fatia Balogun during a birthday celebration. On the same frame, Pasuma appeared seated at the table, briefly looking at his phone. Pasuma appeared seated at the table, briefly looking at his phone as people moved around the venue. However, the footage overlaid with bold red text claiming she stylishly snubbed the Fiji legend, captured only a fleeting moment with no clear interaction between both parties within that segment. Comedian I Go Save laments beggars pandemic in Lagos. In a post on his Instagram story, the comedian contrasts begging practices across regions. He said beggars in northern parts of Nigeria hold plates, while their counterparts in Lagos hold stones. I Go Save described the situation in Lagos as a growing pandemic that the government needs to stop instantaneously. In the northern parts of Nigeria, beggars hold plates, but in Lagos, beggars hold stones. The government needs to stop this growing pandemic in Lagos instantaneously, he wrote. Recap of the major headlines. Ibadan meeting. PDP, ADC blocks reject joint presidential ticket. NNPC refineries will never work again. Obasanjo. Fuel price hike. Airlines plan Thursday shutdown. We are backing only Tinubu's re-election, not APC aspirants. Abga Chieftain. Sports. Why I dumped athletics for WWE. Obafemi. Entertainment. Gospel singer Testimony Jaga rejects Osibajo's view on prosperity gospel. I didn't snub Pasuma. Funke Akindele debunks viral video.